Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for October 15th. We are looking at the US Japanese yen pair first. This pair I'm looking for a trade during this next session. Created a swing trade opportunity, a very steep line though. That's the only thing. This particular pattern has a higher high than the bar before it and after it, and a higher low than the bar before it and after it. You connect the dots there, look for the trend line, look for it to be broken to the downside, and look for it to come on down. Have several points at which we could look for this particular trade to go. Looking first down, looking to short actually around. Let me grab my crosshairs. We need a break below the 129.22 mark. Look for it to come on down to 128.92. Only thing you ought to be concerned with there is that we have a 0-0 level that we're going through. So that would be about 22 pips into the move. I'd go ahead and go to break even at that point and look for it to push lower. Now, if it does get to this point, we have a potential for it to go even further down. And then we have a third target as well. Let me go ahead and drop those on so we can take a look at them. So looking for it to come down to the 128.92 mark first, then down about 20 more pips down to 128.71, then possibly down to 128.36. This would most likely be during an additional session. Just because of where we started today, the odds of it getting all the way down there are a little slim. I mean, it's about 100 pips or so. Could happen. But anyway, that's what we're looking for with that pair. Now let's go over to the pound US dollar pair. It created an inside bar, as you can see here, and we are looking for it to turn back around and head lower. If we back out just a little bit, you can see that this pair overall is heading to the downside. You can see here, if you draw a trend line, that overall this pair is moving down. Has pulled back. It's pulled back a couple of times on its move to the downside. I believe this is just another one. Had pretty much an inside doji bar here and looking for it to head to the downside. Now, if that happens, look for it to take out the previous session's low right around the 160.40 mark, maybe just a hair above that, 160.16 or 15. And then look for it to come on down. Now, it most likely will bounce off that 16,000 level. Has several times here. It's found support, so definitely keep an eye on that. If you do go into this trade, get in quick, go to break even quick, and get out with a profit quick. Okay, let's take a look at our economic calendar going into this next session. We have several news announcements. The consumer price index for the pound being released at 4:30 a.m. Eastern time. Consensus on that is that it has dropped from 2.5% down to 2.2%. Then at 5 a.m. Eastern, we have the Eurozone Consumer Price Index being released for September. Consensus on that one is that it has held at 2.7%. We also have the German ZEW survey, economic sentiment for October, being released at 5. Of course, that will affect the euro. They're showing a slight increase from a negative 18.2 up to a negative 14.9. Then at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we have a consumer price index for the U.S. being released. They're showing a potential jump from 1.7% up to 1.9%. Of course, all of those could have a significant impact in the market. We could see a very volatile day during tomorrow's session, which could be very, very good. Well, that pretty much wraps up the news announcements. Let's go over to our charts and take a look at where these pairs should move over the next session. The U.S. Japanese yen pair, look for it to potentially go up to 79.06, possibly down to 78.04. Look for some resistance around 78.85 and look for some support around 78.25. Now the Euro USD pair, this pair closed down during this last session. Very strong range, very wide range. Look for it to potentially go as high as 130.34, possibly down to 128.34. Look for some resistance around 129.90 and look for some support around 128.89. Now the pound US dollar pair created a somewhat of a doji bar, inside bar. Look for it to turn on around. That's what we're looking for. However, it could go as high as 161.32, possibly down to 159.70. Look for some resistance around 160.95 and look for some support around 159.95. And last but not least, we have the US Swiss. This pair had a very strong range as well. Closed very small open to close range. Look for it to potentially go as high as 0.9412, possibly down to 0.9274. Look for some resistance around 0.9375 and look for some support around 0.9305. All right, well, that pretty much wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.